Anthropic's new model, Claude Haiku 4.5, is here. And yeah, there's a lot of buzz. But what if I told you that most of us are probably using it completely wrong? Let's dig in and find out.
I mean, look, it's super fast and unbelievably cheap, but trying to use it as your main go-to coding assistant, that's kind of like trying to haul furniture with a race car. Yeah, it'll move, but it's the right tool for the completely wrong job. So, in this explainer, we're going to get to the bottom of this whole thing. We'll start with why everyone was a little confused at first, then we'll play detective and follow the evidence. Price, performance. After that, we'll unlock what Haiku is really for, put it to the test, and by the end, you'll know exactly how to pick the right AI for your team. All right, so let's rewind to the beginning. When Haiku 4.5 dropped, developers, myself included, jumped all over it. The thinking was, yes, a faster, cheaper coding machine. But the results we got back, they were kind of mixed. A little confusing, to be honest.
I mean, on paper, it looks great. It snagged 5th place on the leaderboard for builders, which is, nothing to sneeze at. But the actual consensus, the word on the street from my own tests and from pretty much everyone else, it's just not the best model to code with. And that gap right there, that's our first big clue.
Okay, so if it's not meant to be our main coding buddy, then what in the world is it for? To figure this out, we gotta follow the money, or in this case, the data. And the best place to start is by looking at its bigger brother.
So, you've got two models in the family. On one side, you've got Haiku. It's the cheap, fast one that's all about just getting stuff done. Pure execution. Then you have its bigger, more powerful sibling, Sonnet. This one costs more, but it's designed for the really brainy work, like complex planning and, you guessed it, coding. And when you look at the price, whoa! It's not just different, it's staggering. We're talking per million tokens, right? Which are basically just pieces of words. Sonnet's import will run you $3. Haiku, a measly 25 cents. That's a 12 times difference. This isn't just a sale price, folks. This points to a completely different design philosophy. And that right there is the key clue. Think about it. When you're coding, what do? You feed the AI massive amounts of context, your entire codebase, docs, all of it. So if Haiku was really built for that, why on earth would they make the input price practically free? The price itself is screaming that it's built for something else.
And you know what? We don't even have to speculate. Anthropic, the creators, spelled it out for us. They said, and I'm quoting here, Sonnet can build multi-step plans, then orchestrate a team of haikus to complete subtasks in parallel. Get that? Sonnet is the manager, the architect. It draws up the blueprints. Then it hands off all the smaller jobs to a whole team of haikus that work on them at the same time. It's not a single tool, it's an AI workforce.
Okay, so Haiku is the worker bee, got it. But what's its special skill? What's it the best at? Well, the answer, the real aha moment, is buried deep in the one piece of documentation everybody skips, the system card.
Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, a system card is basically the model's official report card. It's this super detailed document that breaks down its performance on all sorts of tests: accuracy, bias, and ding, 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 safety and security. This is where we strike gold.
And check this out. For preventing malicious use, Haiku gets a perfect score, 100%. That means it is incredibly good at saying nope to harmful or dangerous requests. You don't see perfect scores like this every day. It's a huge deal.
And it doesn't stop there. How about prompt injection? When someone tries to trick the AI into breaking its own rules? Haiku scores a massive 92.4%. It is super resistant to being manipulated. But the real question is, how does that compare to its big brother, Sonnet? Just look at this. It says everything you need to know. Haiku, the cheaper model, is almost 10 full percentage points better than the supposedly more powerful Sonnet at fighting off these attacks. This isn't a small difference. It is significantly more locked down. So here it is, the big reveal. Haiku's true superpower isn't writing code. It's executing tasks safely. This thing is a security-hardened, production-ready workhorse. It's built to be the engine behind your chatbot, your browser extension, your API, anywhere that real people are interacting with your AI, and you absolutely need it to be fast, cheap, and above all, rock-solid secure. All right, that all sounds good in theory, but talk is cheap, right? Let's actually put this to the test. To see just how good Haiku is at pure execution, I gave it a really simple, straightforward task. Build me a little web app. We'll call it the YouTube Outlier Finder. The instructions I gave it were super simple. Okay, Haiku, create a new Next.js project. Here's my API key for a tool called TubeLab, and here's the API documentation for it. Now, just build me a basic UI where I can type something in, and you fetch and show me the video outliers. See? It's a classic execution task. No grand strategy needed, just follow the instructions and build the thing. And how did our little worker bee do? It generated the first batch of functional code in, get this, 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. That is insanely fast. It just proves how efficient this thing is when you give it a clear job to do.
Now, did I have to do a tiny bit of debugging? Of course. That's totally normal for any model. But after that, the tool worked perfectly. It took the instructions, it took the docs, and it just built it. This is precisely the kind of job Haiku was made for.
So, let's bring this all home. What's the big takeaway for you? It's that you need to stop thinking about these AI models as one-size-fits-all tools. Instead, think of them like a team of specialists. Your job is to be the manager and pick the right agent for the right mission.
So here's a quick and dirty cheat sheet to help you out. If you need maximum security for something public-facing like a chatbot or an extension, Claude Haiku 4.5 is your guy, no question. If you need that high-level strategist to do the complex planning and boss around other models, that's a job for Claude Sonnet. Now, if you want the absolute top-of-the-line, best-in-class coding experience, and you've got the budget for it, you're probably still looking at something like GPT-5 Codex. And hey, if your number one concern is just keeping costs as low as humanly possible, a model like GLM 4.6 could be the perfect fit.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this thought. We all get caught up in the flashy stuff. Speed, cost, how smart an AI is. But security? That's the hidden variable. That's the thing that can quietly make or break your entire project. So the next time you're picking an AI for your team, yeah, ask if it's fast. But also ask yourself, is it safe? Because in the long run, that might just be the most important question of all.